God, what have you done, Pink Pony Girl? And you dance at the club, oh mama. Just having fun on the stage in my heels. Pink Pony Club. Forgot the words. Yikes. Anyway, that artist, Chaperone, she's having a really good year. Part of me wants to do a whole entire 5-minute long TikTok or IG reel unpacking why that song is so good. It's going to be a timeless summer smash that people will listen to years and years, decades on end, and why it resonates so much to like the millennial and Gen Z generation. But another part of me also just kind of doesn't want to be on TikTok right now. But yeah, anyway, welcome to my channel. Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Exis and this is my channel, Exis Does, and we are off center. All right, I think we're a little bit more centered now, but you can see all my business on the nightstand, and I kind of don't want you to see all my business on the nightstand. Okay, maybe if I just move. Okay, that should work. Yeah, that should work. Okay, it'll work. It's fine. Yeah, so yeah, welcome to my channel. If you were to ask me what I do, it is somewhere in between what I do, commentary, and my best. Yes. And I'm actually here today not to do commentary. Today I'm actually going to just give some very informal updates about what has been going on with my life and what I have been doing. So yeah, let's get into it. The stuffed animal that will be accompanying me today is the one that I shouted out in my last video, Mr. SpongeBob SquarePants himself. I'm ready, bitch. Yes. I always resonated so strongly with SpongeBob because he has like a really big mouth and like super big, huge teeth. And I have a really big mouth and really big, huge teeth. So I don't know. I feel like SpongeBob is low-key my spirit animal or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. Had to get some lotion. My hands are feeling a little ashy. I can't be holding this yellow sponge with all this ash on my hands. Are y'all impressed that SpongeBob has been going on for over 2 decades? They really should have ended that series, and they never had. And even with the Fairly Odd Parents, they just rebooted the series, and they rebooted it with a little black girl. A part of me is like, ah, that's so cute, I feel seen. But then another part of me is like, why not just end it? Start something new. This is the exact reboot we did not want. Why not reboot Danny Phantom? That's the reboot we want. I think Butch Hartman, he was gonna do a version of Danny Phantom where he was like in college, and he still has his ghost powers. Let's do that. I want that. I don't want another Fairly Odd Parents, but I also know it's not for me. It's for the kids, so it's whatever. I don't know. I feel like SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents really should just part ways. They should just let it kind of die off. But I do understand that SpongeBob now is basically Mickey Mouse to a lot of kids. He's probably Gen Alpha and Gen Z's and maybe early millennials Mickey Mouse, right? Forever and always. So I can understand why Nickelodeon wants to keep making intellectual properties with the Yellow Sponge and with Fairly Odd Parents, but none of it is good. So I guess if you're gonna keep rebooting these series or keep these series going, maybe make them quality shows that are up with the times, that are kind of clever. And it's very interesting. I feel like SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents have been the longest running shows on the Nickelodeon network or on Paramount. Nickelodeon network. And I think what comes in as a close third might be Loud House. Loud House came out when I was a whole ass adult, so I wasn't checking for Loud House. I think I saw 1 episode and I was like, oh, that's fun, I guess. But yeah, I don't know what Loud House be doing or what it do with Loud House or how the kids enjoy Loud House, but I think that's the second longest running show. I don't know. I feel like people, adults, and even children enjoy a beginning and a middle and an end of their shows instead of just a continuous run of their entire TV show. Even though we think that kids might not appreciate that, when they're older, they tend to enjoy it. For example, Avatar: The Last Airbender, people to this day, at their grown ass age, in their 30s, are talking about how excellent that show was because it didn't insult the intelligence of children. And sometimes I think that cartoon media can do the same. Don't insult the intelligence of the children. Just be experimental, be different, tell a story, beginning, middle, and end. That's all. You know, you'll have a solid show that people will appreciate. You know what I mean? But yeah, anyway, today we aren't doing any commentary at all. Why? Because I have a couple things I want to talk about down the pipeline, and because this is just going to be a brief update and a possible content farm, because I'm trying to be consistent again. More or less, I found it very, very difficult to edit videos. Very difficult, especially with my busy schedule. It's really, really hard for me to stay consistent and edit videos. And with a lot of things coming up this summer, it's just getting more and more difficult for me to edit. So I have been using a plugin tool that kind of helps me edit my videos a little bit. It at least helps me expedite my editing process and the rough cut process by editing out all the ums and the ahs that I do in my videos, and also the long elongated pauses. And that already takes up at least anywhere between like 10 to 20 minutes, 30 minutes of footage. It's just me saying pausing, getting myself together, moving my camera around, all of that. So I'm so grateful that I was able to find something that was going to help me edit faster, and that has given me more motivation to do more videos, because I understand that I haven't been consistent and I am not a consistent queen. But in my last video that I believe I posted about how real jobs don't exist anymore, I believe I was talking about how even though I am not fiending for work anymore, you know, I would like to do something like this full time, and I have to be so for real with myself and put my feet to the fire and say that you can't do this full time if you're not consistent. And so I'm just trying to figure out ways to expedite the editing process so that I can be consistent. And this is one of the ways to do it. And ultimately it will help me get out videos faster. So right now I'm shooting for doing one video a week so far. We're starting off small, one video a week, see where it goes. And then if I'm feeling froggy, maybe two. But yeah, that's one of my first updates. The reason why I've had like at least 30 plus day hiatus for my channel is because I have been onboarding work. So it's been a little bit of a challenge, or a lot of bit of a challenge, adjusting to a different work structure, and I'm learning a lot at this job. So it's very hard for me to like carve out time to film. As things are getting easier at work and I'm understanding the structure at work, it's getting easier and I'm able to provide more space to film, you know? So that's why I've been on a super long hiatus, and I'm going to make an effort. I'm really going to try and make an effort not to take so long, to be more consistent on my YouTube platform, at least if I'm going to be consistent with anything. Other updates, you know, I rekindled some relationships with some friends this summer that I haven't been talking to in quite some time. And it's nothing that they necessarily did, just some stuff that's happened and me just kind of taking some time on my own to heal. But I've been very, very motivated. And I think one of the next videos I want to talk about is, like, if you knew me in my past life, you knew that I used to cosplay and I was the best nerdy art GF and the best top tier ETHOT. Okay, but I'm not doing that anymore. And one of the reasons why is because I just got tired. But I also want to talk about why I'm not doing that anymore in detail, and kind of do a video about why I kind of quit cosplaying, and talking about how our hobbies have been commodified, and if not commodified, commercialized and meant for consumption for content. And I think that's probably one of the biggest reasons why I quit. I also want to do another video basically talking about like this new age version of content farming I'm seeing from Black folks, where they more or less will say something along the lines of, Black people, we need to do better. And then they'll talk about the same 5 talking points. The 20v1 challenge, the balloon popping challenge, whatever baddies ATL is doing, sexy red, and single baby mamas, I guess, I don't know, one of those 5 things, right? And talk about how we need to do better as a society or as a community and whatnot, and we need to hold ourselves accountable and all this bullcrap. I want to do a video on that because I feel like people who talk about that type of content, or who complain because you're more or less complaining about the content you're seeing, are consuming it in some way, shape, or form, or are around people who are consuming it in some way, shape, or form. Because over here, Chateau d'Axis, right? We're not watching any 20v1 challenges, no balloon popping challenges. I don't know what the heck is going on with baddies. I think they're in the Caribbean now. I really don't care. I only listen to Sexy Red at the gym, so I don't know what these people are talking about that the Black community needs to do better. Meanwhile, no one's going to talk about how a Black woman or Black femme was able to star in a Pixar movie, Inside Out 2. No one's talking about that. I don't know how to pronounce her name, so I'm gonna put it here, and I'm gonna put like a picture of who she played and how she won an Emmy and everything, but nobody wants to talk about that. But everyone has all the time in the world to talk about all the negativity that Black people have, and then compare to why social media is literal poison for us, and then complain about how, I guess, we're cheapening our brand as Black folks, when I know of Black content creators, especially Black woman content creators, who don't present themselves in any genre or brand. 20v1, balloon pop challenge, baddies, ATL, and I've watched them. So I do want to do a video about that. I really want to talk about that, because I do think that this fake accountability argument that we fight and scratch to align with, the respectability politics of it all, isn't helping anybody. I wish people would sit with themselves and realize that we have more power than we let on. And if we all collectively just stop talking about something, especially something that's problematic, said thing will go away, right? Like we saw it with the Kardashians, you know what I mean? A lot of us don't give a shit. Like Kylie's out here boohoo crying because people are so hard on her and her beauty standards that she single-handedly perpetuated in the early mid to late 2010s, right? And nobody really kind of cares, unfortunately, but low-key fortunately, nobody really cares, you know? So I think we really need to understand that you are in charge of your own algorithm, you know, and you are in charge of the media and content you consume. And if it's something that doesn't interest you or doesn't represent you, you don't have to watch it. And by you not watching it, that said thing becomes unpopular. What? I know. And I just wish people would realize that, because these dumb fake accountability arguments, these lukewarm respectability politic takes are just not it. They're just not really, you know, like if you don't like any of those things, stop watching it and it'll probably go away. Those are two videos that I really do want to talk about and entertain, and I kind of want to do it with a get ready with me, like doing my makeup, yeah, because I can get makeup now, so that's good. Oh, I want to do another video talking about pretty privilege. You know how a lot of people are saying there's a downside to pretty privilege? I don't think there is, beloved. I don't think there is. As somebody who has been on both ends of the spectrum and have been in different environments, being very attractive and also being like not as attractive, have been in environments where I'm not the desired preference versus being in environments where I might be the desired preference, I personally just do not think that there is a downside to pretty privilege, and I would like to talk about that in detail, because I think at best we're humble bragging a little too much, and at worst we're worried about images and looks way more than we need to the point where it's getting a little damaging, you know? So I don't know, I want to have that conversation. But yeah, things have been going pretty well. Like I said, I'm busy. I'm also trying to enjoy my summer more, and then also I want to do like a content switch up a little bit. Like I want to vlog so badly, and I've been wanting to vlog. Been wanting to vlog, but more or less nervous about vlogging. I don't know. I don't want too many people to know how I live or know about my space, because I know a lot of people don't have the best intentions when it comes to that. And I don't want to get to this point where, you know, I don't want to get to this point where people are like putting negativity on in the environment I live, or how I live, or how I do things in my life. You know what I mean? But I also want to try and experiment with vlogging and do like some day in the lives. I want to do a cosplay vlog of the cosplay I'm working on for an upcoming convention. So that's coming down the pipeline, which I'm very, very nervous about. But I'm just so nervous about vlogging because I don't know. Like, you have one half of the internet that loves to see the aestheticized version of somebody's life. So like a pristine, clean vlog, right? And then you have the other side of the internet that wants to see like the real, authentic, this is the real me type of vlog, right? And to me, both ends, like, you're not winning. You'd give the romanticized version of your life, mistake happens, something falls through the cracks, the facade that you're leading, the image that you're presenting out into the world crumbles. Now people don't find you valid or credible in your content, or don't want to support you anymore, right? Or if you showcase how your life is, starting from humble beginnings and vlogging where you are in your life in said humble beginnings, when you start to glow up and evolve, some people might think that you've changed and they don't like it. You know, I talked about that in my other video briefly, but that's something I am very, very nervous about. And then also, like, just filming in public, like, that's kind of scary too. I don't want to be that person, but I don't think people really care anymore in 2024. But also just like me trying to figure out what type of creator I want to be and how I'm going to vlog. And I guess the answer when it's all said and done is to just be yourself. But even being yourself in 2024 just ain't cutting it. As much as we all want to say that we want authenticity, y'all don't want authenticity. You don't. Don't even play in my face. You don't want authenticity. You want what's digestible and comfortable for you. Whether it be a romanticized version of something, or whether it be like a self-depreciating space you want to be in where you can relate to somebody. As soon as those two things change, you're out of here, okay? So like, let's just not. But anyway, yeah, vlogging, maybe I might consider it. I find like that it might be easier than just sitting here and talking, because at least I'm not editing out all these ums and ahs. But then you also have to be very particular about how you're filming stuff, and like where you're gonna film it, and if the lighting looks good, or like the vibe you're trying to go for, or what story you're trying to tell. God, storytelling. Why can't I just exist? You know, like, why can't I just come on the camera and be like, this is me, this is who I am, enjoy my content, right? Like, I have to story tell now. I don't know. It's crazy. It's a lot, but I really want to do it. I really want to try it. And one of the biggest reasons why I want to try it is because I'm noticing that some of the things I'm talking about, like, for example, last video should be about real jobs and people just not being employed in 2024 and how we're more or less in a recession, right? But prior to that, I was talking about like celebrity culture a lot, like Diddy and unpopular music takes, right? I'm probably always going to be talking about music because I actually really like music, right? And the pop music out now, girl, is insane. This is how I know we are in a recession, because when the pop music is popping, when the pop music is popping, when them bitches are on the mic making legitimate bangers, that's how you know we're in a recession. They want us to not think about anything, not think about how we're going to pay our rent, not think about how we're going to afford food, groceries, just go out and dance. Sing to the Pink Pony Club. You might not relate to getting a job, but god damn it, I'm gonna paint the town at the Pink Pony Club, dancing in my heels, you know? Got something in my eye. But yeah, pop music is banging, and I really want to talk about it. I want to talk about the current princesses of pop right now. I think we all collectively know who that is, or who the new generation of pop is going to be, and where that's going to take us collectively as a generation. And yeah, also, like I said, I really want to dissect Pink Pony Club because I think there's a lot of interesting tidbits in that song. Oh, what else do I want to talk about? Yeah, celebrity culture is boring. So yeah, I think the last like big I keep seeing gnats everywhere and I don't know why. Anyway, I think the last big controversy about celebrities that I heard of is that people are unfollowing celebs after the Met Gala, I guess. And I think they're unfollowing them because of Hailey Bailey dressed in flowers and lip synced a line of Marie Antoinette that more or less said, let them eat cake or something like that. I don't, girl, I really don't know. The Met Gala this year was trash. It really looked like a retired version of what they were doing last year, okay? All the looks were bad. The girls that I thought were gonna give what needed to be given did not. The Outliers did an amazing job. But yeah, didn't really like that. Didn't really like the Met Gala. And then I don't even know who Hailey Bailey is. Or how she got on the Met Gala, and I don't even know why people being mad at her lip syncing to Let Them Eat Cake at this like dystopian Hunger Games-esque themed Met Gala is just okay. I don't know, I just get kind of tired. It's one of those things to me where if it bothers you, then just stop supporting it. Like, stop talking about it. You don't even have to let the whole world know that you're unfollowing them. And I think the unfollowing was a whole movement, and then it just fell flat, I guess. Like, people just were unfollowing celebrities for a second, and then they just kind of stopped. I have a theory about that. Personally, I think every 4 to 5 years since social media has been in their prime, there's always going to be like this big movement that people have to rally for or against. But at this point, I'm kind of like, girl, why do you care? Like, if it bothers you, then just stop watching the Met Gala. Point blank, period. Simple as that. There's no reason for you to keep watching something that like irritates you or pisses you off. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's when I knew that, you know, maybe I should like pivot from celebrities a little bit. Like I said, I'll always talk about music. I don't want to like end up like a gossip channel, you know what I mean? I like to do commentary, but I can't get so hyper involved in celebrities' lives and drama and the stuff they do. That's just not something I care about too much, and it's kind of exhausting talking about these people that don't even know you. So yeah, don't want to do that anymore. In other news, I finally started my skincare routine again. These past couple days have been rough, so I haven't been on it as I should be, but my skin, like on a good day, my skin does look bright. It's really hard to clear up this part of my face. I don't know what I did. It's between like the stress of life and just me taking those creatine doses one time, but this will not go away. And at the end of the day, it's fine because my skin is relatively decent. It's not like horrible, but this is kind of my Achilles heel right now. It's bothering me a little bit, but I started my skincare routine, so I'm excited about that. Maybe I'll do a skincare get ready with me one of these days to show you guys what I do to make sure that my skin is healthy. My hair is growing. That's always nice. I might show you a picture of the progress of my hair growing, but I gotta be honest with y'all, I don't know how to do my hair. I don't, and I'm learning. And part of the reason why I want to grow out my hair is because I'm learning how to do it. So if I show you my mini twist journey, do not laugh, okay? Because the back of my hair is not parted at all. But my hair is growing, and that's all that matters. So I'm excited about that. I've been doing frequent scalp massages lately, and those feel really, really nice. I do them like every morning and every night for the most part for about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I got this new herbal scalp serum from A Small Business, and my skin isn't breaking out too much from the products that I use. So I realized that when I'm on a really decent skincare regimen, my skin doesn't break out as much. But with that being said, because of my hair texture and because I have low porosity hair, I don't want to weigh my hair down with any like products, heavy products, anything with high protein. So this is a serum that's supposed to be in replacement for an oil. And so I just put the serum in my scalp and I use the scalp massager to like rub it in, and I do it every, 2 times a week, and that works for me. And I actually really like this serum, and I'm probably gonna buy 2 more bottles. I tried to order the hair growth oil that I told y'all about, but I actually do not support that company anymore because it's been like about 2 months or so, 2-ish months or so almost, and I still haven't gotten my product. And I know they're a small business, but it's just kind of like, I don't know, the unprofessionalism of it. So the hair growth oil hasn't came yet, and that's unfortunate, but I don't think I need it because I really like this hair growth serum and how it's growing my hair. So yeah, my hair is growing. I really want to take it out and put it in the flexi rods and do like a flexi rod set because my hair looks really good in that. But also I know that I'm trying to grow it and I don't want to manipulate it too much. So I might do that in like December to see where my true hair length is. I might do that in December, but I'm not going to do that anytime soon, even though I want to. But oh Jesus, like my teeth. Yeah, I've been in a hair growth journey from late January all the way till now. So it's going pretty well. It's very low maintenance. I like it. One thing I will be critical of is, I don't know how to do my hair well, and I don't know how to part it, so the back of my hair looks a mess. But anytime I'm going out, I always put a wig on, so it's not really that big of a deal. Yeah, and I guess I'll end this off with wanting to be on TikTok and Instagram more. I really do want to be on TikTok and Instagram more, but I'm nervous. Partly because I'm still not over the fact that I was hacked like 3 or 4 years ago. and it's scary coming back to that. Also because I don't know what the vibe is with social media, and I don't want to put myself in a position where I have to keep posting consistently, because I don't know if I can afford to keep posting consistently right now. Like literally afford. Like creating content sometimes is expensive, and like sitting here on my ass in my bedroom with a stuffed animal talking about whatever I want is probably the cheapest way I have executed content creation in like the 5 or 6 years that I've done it. And I like that. I'm comfortable, I'm cozy, I'm fine. I don't feel like I have to look a certain way, you know? And I could do the same thing for like on TikTok and IG. But the only problem is that IG, YouTube Shorts, y'all are just volatile. Y'all are volatile AF on those platforms. Like some person will say, I think the sky is blue, and literally the next day, in less than 24 hours, y'all will make a whole 5-minute dissertation on why you think the sky is red. I just watched a whole video, 5-minute TikTok on corn plating, right? And media literacy, and the blue curtain theory, and English teachers, and how they read too much into novels sometimes. Like, you know, a novel's talking about blue curtains, and, you know, the English teacher is gonna say it's some esoteric meaning about, you know, sadness and grief with the shade of blue that the author is describing, when in actuality it just might have been that the author wanted blue curtains. You know what I mean? As English teachers should, because they're always gonna want you to think deeper about things. But like, sometimes it's not that serious, and most of the times it is. And most of the times, it's okay to be serious. But sometimes the curtains just be blue, fam. They just be blue, you know? And that doesn't mean that you lack media literacy because you just choose to see the curtains as blue. But it's just like, how am I gonna tie this in? With social media, right? Especially with content creators. For example, the trad wife epidemic that we were going through, people were really, like, they were talking about it casually every so often for the past couple of months. But it really wasn't until Nara Smith came into the scene that I started seeing like fully fledged out 100, 200, 5,000 word essays in the form of a video about either how toxic Nara Smith is to femininity, how positive Nara Smith is to femininity, what we can learn about Nara Smith. And for those of y'all who don't know who Nara Smith is, she's basically the bakery lady, the housewife who's married to a model who has 3 kids with very interesting names, and she cooks everything from scratch for them. There's this one video where she makes a grilled cheese for her kids, and she makes a grilled cheese literally from scratch. Like, I'm talking, she makes the bread from scratch, she makes the tomato soup from scratch, she makes the cheese from scratch, and everyone's on the internet just like losing their shit. She's doing all of this, right? And in less than like a week, people are making dissertations about how she's harmful to women and femininity in the community, how she's not harmful to women and femininity in the community, what we can learn about Nara Smith and how we can be more in tune like Nara Smith, what we can learn about trad wives and the trad wife lifestyle, the trad wife, to become a trad wife, to not become a trad wife, to make bread from scratch, to not make bread from scratch, all the way down to Mormonism, because I guess she's a Mormon. And I'm just over here like, bro, what are we doing? It's content. Sometimes it's just content. If you look at Nara Smith and think that you can successfully model your everyday life after her, a content creator, former model, who's married to another model out in the Netherlands somewhere, I don't know what to tell you. Of course your life isn't going to be modeled after Nara Smith. Nara Smith is a content creator. She does this full time. This is how she makes money. But people had so much shit to say about it. When did we get to this point where things just weren't meant to be consumed as content? Like, we have to think so much into so many things that we look at. And there is nothing wrong with looking too into the things that we are consuming, but sometimes it just gets exhausting, because it's not rocket science to realize that someone like a Nara Smith is in it for a check, is a content creator, and there's really nothing you can learn from her outside of, you know, how to make bread and cheese, right? Like, I don't know. It's really unusual to me. Sometimes it really isn't that serious. And I think because we're all chronically online, we're starting to make things out like they're that serious. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but more or less, it's scary for me to think about making content on TikTok or Instagram or even Twitter. Twitter has been successfully curated, so I don't see that much negativity anymore. So that's good. But on TikTok or Instagram, it's kind of scary making content because you have to be like so aware about how people are going to take it, and you can get viral for literally just existing because somebody decided to do a 10-minute video essay in the form of a TikTok about how your existence is some deeper, enigmatic, esoteric meaning about life and society and where we are. Like, I don't know. A part of me understands how we got here, and I appreciate how critical we are about the content we're consuming, but also another part of me is just like, chill. Like, let's just all take a chill pill. It'll be okay, all right? It'll be fine. But anyway, I think that's all I got for today. There's nothing else I really want to talk about. I just wanted to give you guys updates on my life and what I'm doing. Oh, my bed isn't made, right? And I want y'all to know that it's not because I haven't been washing my sheets, and it's not because I don't make my bed often. These past 2 weeks have been a little rough. They've been a little busy. Like I said, I'm onboarding for work. Things are tough. Learning new work styles, so it's a little different. But I'm gonna do my best to make sure my bed is made in the background at least. And, you know, maybe we can play a game to see how, like, the evolution of Exodus's room, to see, like, how it changes as, you know, I, post more content on the internet or on YouTube. I really want to decorate it out really nicely. And right now I'm giving, like, sad millennial beige vibes. And I don't really want to give that. I want to give color and energy and, like, some maximalism aesthetics. But I also know that, you know, white is a really good base to start out with. So having white bedding and maybe a white accent chair might help, and then we can, like, go from there. But yeah, that's just something random I wanted to weasel in there, is that the bed will be made next video. All right, I'll do my best to make the bed so it looks a little bit more put together, and I'll try to look a little bit more put together too, although sometimes I kind of don't want to look put together. I don't know, I'm very okay looking like this sometimes, so we'll have to see. But anyway, that's the end of my video. Let me know in the comments how you're doing with life, your plans this summer, any new music you're listening to that you're a big fan of, what you'd like to see me or hear me talk about. If you think that sometimes we look too deep into things now that we're all kind of chronically online and don't touch grass anymore, and just, you know, comment for engagement, that would be nice. As always, don't forget to drink water. I got spring water this time, and I'm not a fan of spring water. I've been spoiled with distilled, although I hear that we're not supposed to be drinking distilled water. Someone on YouTube Shorts said that, and I'm not sure why they did, but apparently we're not supposed to be drinking distilled, so I don't know. But anyway, that's the end of my channel, or that's the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.